But everything I go share. Now only you I go command. I go tackle, we no go fire. Call me anywhere, I must get it. But fashion I go throw it. I go pamper you, you no go blow it. We go deliver, do oh, it go better. Shushu oh, it go better. Kuku oh, it go better. Mama oh, it go better. My baby oh, it go better. Mulu oh, it go better. Nyabo it go better. So it go go. I go make you my wife, the mother of my child. I go love you for life. Not for you I go die. Moi je t'aime, je t'aime, je t'aime, je t'aime. Moi je t'aime, je t'aime, je t'aime, je t'aime, baby. I love you, missing you in the floor.
Morning, fans of Solution. I know you're just waking up this morning and you're joining us at this team, JTK Orbit. Right here with me in the studio is Black Jesus.
Yeah. Black Jesus in the building.
And then we are missing Quatorze. It seems he is busily handling some of the affairs out of town, and that's because of us researching information. We're missing you, Treize. I know you're going to call in. And if you're watching this morning, please, one thing I need for you to do is share this information. You are getting up to a bright new Saturday. It's a whole lot that is going on in the city of Chicago today. And one of them, excuse me, one of those things is our own annual community soccer tournament. If you're around town, you might want to join us around the beach. It's going to be fun. Lot of barbecue. If you're a listener over the radio, you want to find out about African food and how Africans lay their barbecue, join us. You know what? Soccer is a game. It's always fun when you are at it, when you watch it, when you're playing, when you're on field, when you're around the field, and when you're looking around. Lots of good things to see. So, if you want to catch that fun today in Chicago, that is a spot with us at WGAC 98.3. So, we want you to share this information. It's going to be fun at Solutions today. Why do we do Solutions? People go through various things in life, and sometimes it takes listening to someone else give you a resolve. Listening. It is always better to listen than to talk too much. Right, Kev?
That's right.
So, sometimes, who are you listening to? Who are you talking to? Who are you listening to is the most important. And with Solutions, we bring you all types of people, specialists, professionals, and students, learners, people from all walks of life. Our goal is to get people from one platform to another. If you're on Facebook, and if you don't have Facebook, you might want to check into our laptop contest coming on. People have ideas. Don't we all have great ideas? You want to start up something. You want to do something to get your career from one platform to the next. To go to school, you have to get from point A to point B. In whatever, as a parent, in order to get your kids around, you have to get from one point to the next. As a teacher, it has to do from point A to point B. Everybody needs a step further. And one thing we need from you is your story. Can you share your story with us? Is it that interesting? Let's find out what is your goal. We can help. It takes something from you entering the contest. Let us at juliagham360.net. That email address is letters@juliagham360.net. If you cannot go on to the contest on Facebook, just send us your letter. But I would like you to do it through Facebook. Then you can meet up with the requirements, and then you can go on with more of the people who are really eligible for this. I want all of you, if you're 14 and above, you are eligible. So I want you to join us on this contest. Who doesn't need a laptop? We all need to communicate. Our winner is going to get a Microsoft Surface Book Pro. You need that laptop. It is one of the best laptops you got to have if you're thinking of moving from one platform of your life to the next platform, and you need it. We are going to be talking about so many things today, and our topic is about child support versus family support. You know what it is about taking care of a family, right? You know what it is about all the rules about child support. Do you know or you don't know? We're going to find out, and before we get to that, we will get into some fun questions. Let's do the exercise. It's like when you get to the gym, you warm up. So fun questions. We'll catch a little song from somebody just to motivate us. Songs make us happy. Music is food for the soul. Who doesn't love music? I do. I don't know about you. Give us a minute, right, Black Jesus?
Yeah.
A minute. Listen to this song. It's from Black Jesus
From
to
Cameroon.
you, just because we love you. And hey, hailing from Cameroon. You gotta love it. Right here, that song is from Cameroon. On this song, whatever you do, you got to go down and then you go up. Fun. So we're back. We're talking about family support versus child support. You will have to wonder about how many family members you have that get on your neck when you're trying to move forward, and then they try to drag you down. But that's a juicy topic for you. We are not getting there yet. Now, let's talk about some fun questions. I have to ask, and maybe you answer. At Solutions, we do the asking, right?
Oh yeah, all the time. That's
okay,
the only
shout
way we
out
can
to you,
get it.
Emil. I see you logged on. Shout out to you, Prudenza. I see you logged on. Shout out to you, all the fans of Solution. Shout out to you, fans of Black Jesus
Yes.
TV and Black Jesus. Shout out to you, fans of the Powerhouse. Shout out to you, fans of Le Moi. That's Quatorze. And I know you're
And then
watching.
shout out to Tupac from all the way from actually somewhere in Europe. I believe they're in Germany.
Well, shout out to you. So one of my first question is, what are the biggest age problems between men and women? Quick answer.
What?
The biggest age problems.
Age.
Age. How old are you? Age problem between men and women.
I don't think men have a problem with their age. I think women just don't want to tell their age, so they have problems.
You got it right. Few women admit theirs, few men act theirs. A few men act like their age. Most of the men act like they're babies, don't they?
You know, I'll say this and I'll say it on air today, that a full-grown mature man is around the 35.
Yes.
A full-grown woman will hit the age between the 28 and 30, and it's very, very, very matured woman. So we men, we always act like a baby.
So they say that women do not really accept their age, but men also don't act like their age. Most men don't act like their age, and few women accept their age. So few women are proud of their age. I'm proud of mine. You want to know? No, not now.
Nah.
So, okay.
You want to know mine? I'll tell you.
I'll tell you. So, okay. What makes marriage such an institution?
Huh?
Marriage an institution. Quick answer.
Now, I don't know about institution. I think it's agreement.
It's an agreement?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Because who wants to live in an institution?
That's right.
Yeah.
Back in the days, 30 years ago, yeah, you can call it like that. But now it's agreement. Let's sign the paper.
Okay, what do you mean by ups and downs in life?
Oh, those are the obstacles that man have to pass through, a woman have to pass through, but that makes you strong as well.
Okay, they say sometimes you're the bed and other times you hit the windshield.
That's right.
Isn't it? Okay, I'll ask another juicy question. It says that why do children do things they know will get them into trouble?
First of all, they don't even know that will get them in trouble because they are not mature yet. It's all about the background you give your kid to know their left from their right. So for children, that they don't even know what they're doing. They think everything is cool.
Most of the time they do it, but they know they're like, I know if I touch that box, mom said don't touch it.
Right.
And she's going to spank me. But can I do it? Can I not do it? Can I do it? They keep playing these games in their heads. They know it's going to get them in trouble and they still do it.
First of all, it all depends on how the parent act to relate to them, what not to do and what to do. So it's all. I believe if you talk to your child in the ash way, they will love to text what. If you tell your child don't touch this computer, they actually not. First of all, they'll ask you why. If you don't get them a very good explanation, believe me, they'll touch it because they want to know why you don't want them to touch it.
Okay, next question. What is the secret to success?
Understanding, communication, and patience.
We say that sincerity. If you can fake it, you can make it.
Yeah, but you have to fake it to understand it.
Well, you fake it to understand it. They say the things that you have to practice doing. When you practice it too often, then you become it. You know, a liar. If you've lied so many times, like what I'm seeing in American politics right now, it becomes a reality show, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very true. Lie is just it's a spirit. It's a 10 on and 10 on. It's a on and off switch that is in everybody. Everybody have some lies in.
When someone is talking to you, the person says, they say, on the other hand, they make the statement. They use the statement. On the other hand, what do they mean when they say that? Okay, let's say I'm trying to present an argument. African women like to bleach their skin. On the other hand, some like to just enjoy the dark chocolate color. On the other hand, what do they mean by on the other hand?
They just let you know that there's two things in this life. You know, people will jump on.
They're trying to tell you that on your other hand you have 5 fingers. Well, that's a joke. That's
a good one.
That's a joke. So, the other question I ask is that why did they call things a free gift when they say all gifts are free?
I don't know. Tell me.
It's not if you are. They say that they come get free gifts, but they say all gifts are free. All gifts are supposed to be free, right?
Right.
But someone will use the word free gifts to differentiate between some gifts that are not free.
Yeah, it's something that that's a tricky one. I don't even know what the answer is, but I believe that, like you said, all when you say gift, it's supposed to be free. But what type of gifts are you giving?
It depends, but I think that it depends on the giver.
Exactly.
They only the giver.
You're giving to get something back.
Only the giver gets the if
That's right.
condition to it.
And the receiver as well. You have to understand, if I'm gonna give you a car, why would I give you a car?
But then you give the car and then you say it's a free gift or it's a gift.
It's a gift, maybe a gift to pay me something back on the
Give
side.
something on return. Okay, then it depends on your thoughts as the giver.
Exactly.
The if clause you put on it. Okay, and one more question, which would be, why don't you ever see the headlines? Like you say that psychics, we all say that psychics know numbers, right? Why don't you ever see any headline that a psychic won a lottery?
Because they don't know better anyways. So if you fall on that, you're in trouble.
You think they really can put 2 and 2 together? I don't think they
No,
can.
they don't know. That's what I'm saying. They don't know better.
It's all about guesswork.
I know.
All right?
I can guess and it can be
I
right.
think that people read your minds based off what you tell them.
People are smart.
Or how you look. Sometimes some people just look at you, how you're dressed, they put things together. They're like, okay, your wife didn't take care of you, and they just know.
Yeah.
Or you didn't eat
No,
today,
it's just simple
you
as
look
that.
famished, and then they just get into your psyche.
That is why me personally, I sometimes I buy some pastors and some when you go to rituals and things like that. I don't believe in some of the things, because they, like you said, people are very smart. People are born to be smart like that. They are gifted like that, so they can read your mind. They can look at you and tell you, like you said, your appearance your appearance can let people read you and know what type of person you are.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Why do we leave expensive cars, right, in the driveway? You'll see someone will drive their expensive car, they'll put it in the driveway. It's like an advert. And then the junk cars, we're going to park them somewhere. It will be outside.
I think that is just African life.
The junk cars, you're going to hide it.
African life. I've never seen a white
No, white people do that.
I've never seen that.
Sometimes
I'm ready to see it.
I was driving one day. It was raining, right? It was really drizzling, and this white couple, they were driving in this convertible car. They had their roof open, and you could tell that they had this I'm chilling moment. It's like I'm trying to show off my car. Then some time ago when I was driving, I told you I did cab driving thing. That was 2007, and I picked up this white couple, and they came from Japonais, one of the high-end restaurants. So the guy was so caught up in the story of, baby, I came out, we packed a Lamborghini in the place. We should have come out with a Ferrari. And she was so not into that topic. I'm like, what is the point? What are you selling? We have a Lamborghini and we have a Ferrari. You're trying to show off.
Right.
But then you're in the taxi, right?
Right.
So what are you doing? I think that white people do that too.
No, I'm not saying all white people, once in a while you see one person who want to show off. There's nothing wrong with that. But a majority of them, they don't care. They got it. They don't. But we Africans, we got it. We want to show off that. We buy. We African, when we don't have it, we buy the most expensive stuff that we cannot even afford it, and just to show off. And white people, they have it. They show off. They don't show off that, but you can see from them. But once in a while, you might see one white person who want to act like African.
Okay, another question. Why did they say TV set when you only get one? You buy a TV and then they say you got a TV set.
Oh, yeah. That's, I don't know. That's a good one. I don't know why. TV set, maybe because
they know your husband is on the way to buy another. It's just like the next minute, another set. He's probably going to get another set.
I have.
He probably has so many places to drop TVs.
I have two
girlfriend,
two bedroom apartment, and I have almost about 4 TVs in there.
Different rooms.
Because we believe me, that one I would support my African black man, because we don't want nobody to mess up with our soccer games. So go get your TV. Wife, go in the room. You have your TV there. Kids have their TV. At least we have one in the kitchen. The living room is for the boss. Let me watch my asna.
Why can't women put mascara with their mouth closed? Do you ever notice a woman putting mascara on with the mouth closed? Mascara is the dark thing they put in the eyes. You notice they always open their mouth. Why do they do that?
The question is, why the women not ready? They've never been ready. Even when they are going out, they'll finally come and sit in the car and start to wearing their whatever.
You know what I think? Women never keep their mouths closed. Do they? Always talking. So we're out with some of our questions. Okay, if you have anyone for us, you ask. Okay, we're going to go on a quick break. And when we come back, we'll be talking about family versus child support. Family support versus child support. What are your thoughts about family support? What are your thoughts about child support? Are they related? Is it one thing? Do you remember taking care of your whole village? So, yes, we're back with that. We're getting back to the great geek. It's an African geek, of course. To you, Mr. Engineer and co-host Black Jesus.
Alpha na Omega, tetenda lo mekimawa. Wewe sabe weseba, Alpha na Omega, tetenda na msendo la su. Il n'y a rien de plus beau que deux êtres qui s'aiment et qui regardent dans la même direction. C'est vrai ça.
Back right here at WGAC 98.3 FM. You want to grab your phones, and the dialing number is 773-942-7167. I want you to contribute your thoughts. You know, who doesn't have a family? Who doesn't come from a family? If you know that you didn't come from a family, maybe you're another type of Jesus. No jokes. There's no other Jesus than Black Jesus right here.
That's right.
And of course, number one is the Jesus and Lord we serve. No jokes about that. So, who doesn't come from a family? We all come from a family. We all have great demands. Demands from daddy, demands from kids, demands from parents. But the society, there are governments that pin us to things we are supposed to do. Child support, family support. Think about that. Meanwhile, let me give a shout out to a few people. Hi, Dinga Quenti. Shout out to Carl Samkuba all the way from France. Shout out to Vedette Damja. I see you watching, baby girl. B. Yvonne, lover girl, my sweetheart from what? Schoolmate. You have Bafut Pikin. He says, say marriage na agreement. Shift. So may I faint. Okay, he was laughing about that. Yes, it's an agreement. Yeah. Heavenly Nathaniel. Really, family is first in Africa, while in America, money comes first in the family. Do you all think so? Do you think so, Black Jesus?
Some point, yeah, he's right. Is it he or she? Yeah.
Money comes first?
Yeah, in America here.
I think it's the demands. I think if we all can put our heads together, then money is not going to be the first.
Yeah, but the way the society have put things around us, yeah, money is
money is the driving force to get a family up. Well, we'll talk about that coming up. Prudential actual. If you call me, please. Well, 86228. Prudencia, a thing that you can call if you could. If you cannot, please just text in, okay? And because we probably not going to be able to dial out right now while we're on air, please call. Okay, Pac and okay says family support is more important to do, so let us support it. Yes, we are going back to it. Family support. What is family support to you, and what is child support to you? What is that, Kev?
No, family support is. I think every kid or every member, whatever family that you come from, you're still gonna have that family support. It's just natural thing.
Is it the same as child support? Because
it's not. There's a bigger picture on that part of the family support than child support. Some family support can come when there is no money, there's nothing involved, but they just there's a whole lot.
I think that there's a whole lot we put towards child support, because what is child? We only attach the money value.
Right.
The money value to when they say are you paying child support? Child support. They always look at the monetary terms. Are you paying child support?
Actually,
but
the
for
first
me,
thing,
I want to think about the first support you have for children. When it comes to child support, is emotional support. You're being there, your presence. Do you agree with me? You're being there as a father, you're being there as a mother, you're being there as a sister, as an auntie, as an uncle. When we talk about child support, we start eliminating all those other people. When you come into someone's family, you see a father, you see a mother, you see the kids, all the aunties. If you call yourself an auntie, you have to support that child. If you call yourself an uncle, you have to support that child. I think that is also called child support. I believe that when you see that child and you give a $5 to, a $1 to, you 1,000, you 1 naira, you 1 Ghana cedi, whatever you're gonna call it. It is a support you're contributing towards that child's development. They see you in life, they respect you as you grow up. That giving, you buy that clothes, that item that you present to that child, it's a support coming from auntie, from uncle, from sister, from brother. Child support. What do you think about that?
First of all, let me clear this. A lot of people, we Africans, when you heard that somebody is paying child support, automatically it jump in your head, or somebody that a man that is not responsible.
Yes.
No, it's not. It's not. Child support, that's how they shape it, but it's not just a man that is not responsible. A man who is responsible is the one that pays child support.
Okay, the only reason
the man who wants to be part of his or her son pay child support so that he can be there for that young boy or that young girl. So we turn around to become a negative subject that you pay child support. That
means that you're irresponsible.
Irresponsible. No, you're not. You are very, very responsible, and the reason why it becomes an issue when the man is proving stubborn, not becoming the figure that the kid wants. That's why you go to court, and then the woman drag men to court. There's a lot of there's a lot. It's a very big issue that
I think you're only dragged to court when you are not, when you can be a man and man up to your responsibilities.
Exactly.
But the only reason it becomes child support in the context of the law making a man on the outside going out to pay something and going to court or going to the woman to pay that money is because when you're married, they already know you're taking care of the child. You're in a marital situation. They cannot tell that other party to pay child support. But once you're separated, that is why you will have to be a party paying child support, because the society, the government mandates you, or they want to know that you're paying those, you're taking care of your children once you're not married. Are you separated? Did you have a child out of wedlock? Those are the terms for which they will say that you are supposed to be paying child support. But once you're in a marriage and you're not separated, they don't mandate you to pay child support. They only know that in the context of the marriage, you're supposed to be supporting your child already, isn't it?
Right. If you're married, there's nothing wrong. But when breakups, when you guys divorce, or like you said, you had a baby out of wedlock and things like that, automatically it's not, because you guys are not married. Maybe misunderstanding comes in, and first of all, that's what women does.
But careful, a lot of people hate the terms child support.
Yeah, because they've spent that child support thing to become negative.
Let me put this question to our audience. Do you all support the fact that a man or a woman in any relationship, when they're separated, should be mandated to pay a certain amount towards the care of their children? Or do you think that it is something that should just be done voluntarily by the parent? For me, I don't know I know that there are situations whereby people neglect children. I want you all to go ahead and answer. Please post your comments, answer. But meanwhile, I address the issue. Then I'll let you talk, Black Jesus. For me, I do believe that once children are growing, especially like when we grew up in Africa, when the father is not there, he is gone. Everybody gets around. The woman struggles. She takes care of these children. Sometimes you see a man who is taking care of the children and the mothers run away. But those terms are usually rare. It's maybe 1 out of 1,000,000 women are going to run away and abandon their children. Or they would take the children to their parents and leave them there. But most of the time, you're going to find a man who has left that family and doesn't look back and doesn't remember to come and send in something, because they have a problem with the woman. They either try to seize the children, and if it doesn't work that way, if they cannot keep the children, they say, okay, it's on you, I wash my hands off. But I would say that in this society, I know America is trying, I put it to every man that once you're not taking care of your seed, the misfortune becomes yours. I don't see any fine or any mandatory amount that's going to be put on you that is going to bring you down as much as enslaving your own thoughts to not doing it yourself. So I would say that whether you do it, is either you do it or you don't. And then I would tell whoever is the woman taking care of those kids, fight for your children. If they are abandoned, if they are not abandoned to you alone as an individual responsibility, as your own responsibility, whatever comes in, you accept. Because sometimes also we abuse the situation by underlooking what is given to us by the man. A man may be making just about 5,000. Maybe he's a student. Based on the way the society is, he is trying to go to school. He's probably struggling to pay his school fees. Yes, kids are involved. Was it a right choice? It's never a mistake to have a child, I'll say that. But maybe it's the timing you had the child. It probably wasn't right. But he is going to school. He is not able to make as much money as you expect of him. He's only able to give you $100 a month. Do you accept that $100? And go off and do your best to contribute to take care of your children? Or do you write that off as, I need to get this man in court, he must pay me a lot more, and get yourself in a whole lot of trouble because you just want to keep fighting with a man? You get my point, Kev? So
this issue is very emotional issues, and is very interesting issue point that you're making. But the child support thing is just first of all, women, because the program is really run up to a woman advantage. They take it and run with it. They just don't want to let's say if there's a breakup and things like that, women would just do everything to put a man into that situation whereby they know very well that this man is making this little and trying his best to be there for that young child.
No, I don't think so. I think there are few of those situations, Kev.
No, it's like 80% of the situation. Maybe 20% of the situation. 20%. Right,
I know men who have said, "I am not gonna work full time because I am not going to give you that money you need." Just because they're mad at you, I am not gonna work full time to get that amount so that I'll be charged less.
Every man who will not step in to father his own kid I'll tell you straight up, is a coward.
That's what I said.
No man, I believe that no man will look into his son or a daughter and say, I will let you go through pain because I hate your mom. Yes, like I said, 20% of right now in this world that we are living in, we are the bridge between the old and then the new, and then the young ones are coming. I believe that 40 years ago, 50 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, men are not that much responsible to right now. Right now, young men who have babies and kids, and they went through this. They are in this situation. Believe me, they want to be there for their kid. But guess what? Women are just being women, nagging, acting on their emotion to make it difficult for these young men to be there for their kid. Yes, maybe the money is not enough, but they are showing their love. They are coming around, taking the kids to school, making sure that, at least the little that they have, they're putting some clothes in, But women want to do more. The women, because of their emotion, they'll jump on it and then make sure the man will not even come around. It gets to a point that the man don't want to even come around.
Listen, Kev, I don't think that it's every woman. Yeah, you're right. It's the majority. But let's Prudencia Achua is saying, what about the man who has two children at the same time with different women? And she's saying, Black Jesus, let's talk on both sides. Yeah, a man who has two children, that is with different women. It depends on the terms. If you are living with one of them, you automatically are supporting that child in your household. You go out, you buy a gallon of milk when you're coming back. The one that is not in that household, it's the one that is outside, and it's that woman you're not staying with. What happens? You will have to go over, and then you meet them. You agree to meet your kids at a designated location. Take them out when you can. Provide financial support. Take them out shopping. Do your best just to make sure that they feel. Remember, a child who does not feel the presence of the father in their life grow up with certain.
It's just simple as that. I keep on saying this on my show all the time.
Laid back and miss certain
not just
things.
Laid back, they become a beast.
Well,
period.
Part of it.
A single parent, only few, maybe if I'm putting in the bracket, only maybe 10% of a single parent can
manage their children to become successful. I'm telling you, my mom brought us up with an iron fist. Why? My dad died when we were 10. That is the part that we knew. At least we knew he escaped into the death. But not because the father was not there, right. And she was trying, and then we got to appreciate all she was doing.
Only
but
few
look
women.
at the situation that you deal with children, that the father is not there. The father, because of mother and father getting into an altercation, they get into an argument. Father says, I am not going to be there. I am not going to come take care of these kids. I'm not going to be there because I don't want to argue with you. No, I think that there's a better way to that. You should be able to open an account. Make sure you send, and if you don't want, you say, I'm sending it on behalf of my children. Men, don't give excuses too.
No,
don't give excuses that the woman is nagging. No, even if she is nagging, there are ways to avoid the nag. There are ways to say, hey, I don't want to deal with your nag. I'm sending this payment into your account, and make sure you list it for my children, for my son, for my daughter. it is important so that in future you get, even if you're talking to somebody, it reflects what you have done. I sent this, I made this payment. And sometimes try to see if, okay, when she's nagging, you didn't just, can I see the kids? Is she saying that you're not going to see the kids? What if? Maybe you send somebody else. What? Can you give this to my kids? See if I can see my kids.
That's one thing. Sometimes, and I'll speak on experience and other men. It's not the money that you give. It's the relationship that you have. The
relationship.
But with the women, like I said, a lot of women. And I give up, I give an A+ to all women that give that chance for a man to come in and have that relationship with their own. Right now, I have a video right now that I'm gonna play for you to see. A man who have a baby, a son with another lady, they have a son, and then he came around to visit. Guess what? Because the woman have emotion or whatever the problem is, she told the man, the father of this son, the father of the boy, that don't touch my son.
Mm-hmm.
The lady was and that's the guy's son as well.
As well.
But the lady was telling the man, don't touch my son, and the man was like, what do you mean? That's my son. And the lady told him, if you touch my son, you see what I will do to you. And so the guy thought, man, this is a joke. That's my son. And then guess what? He touched the young man. The lady took his gun off and shot him dead.
Wow.
I have it right here with me.
That is serious. Now,
so that's what I'm saying. Women act on their emotion. And I believe I respect all women. It happens both ways, but I respect all women that give that chance for a man, not just the money. The money will not bring that love. When you give money to somebody, they want to have one-on-one with
building a relationship is the most important thing.
But does the women give the man that chance to build that relationship? No.
I think that
only
some
few.
women do, and
Very
sometimes you give the men and they don't want to build that. They place conditions, as well as sometimes you give the woman the opportunity. Some men want to build a relationship, but the women do not give them the opportunity, like you're saying. Okay, now Prudential Choice saying that there is no smoke without fire. There's a reason
That's
for
true.
anything. I want to ask you all
but
this
still
question.
Remember, but still remember, there is no smoke. There's no smoke without fire. But what the most important subject here is the kid.
Yes.
Why the kid have no issue with the father or issue with the mother. So
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. In the event where a woman gets pregnant, right? And she comes and tells her boyfriend, her fiance, the partner, they are supposed to be in a committed relationship, and tells her partner, I am pregnant. And that partner says that I am not responsible for this pregnancy. I don't know who's responsible. And I believe that you've already put the woman in the spot, and then you neglect your duties until that baby is born. On the day that the baby is born, whose name do you name the baby?
Because the father have never been there. That one I don't. That's why I said there's only the men that act like that are just coward. I don't call you a man. You just you're just a sperm donor. Period.
Exactly.
I feel like if you if a woman comes to you and said I'm pregnant, as a man, roll your shoulders up and become a man, and then if you don't even believe it. Yeah, be there for that woman
until the baby
because
is
at
born.
Least that woman have hoping her legs for you to tap.
Exactly.
So be there until the baby is born. Then you do
go
the next
from
step.
there.
That's right.
You wait. You accept the baby. Do not deny a baby ever before the baby is born.
That's right.
Only the woman can ever tell you You are the father of my baby. And sometimes they are wrong. That's if they have been cheating. But if a woman you've been dealing with, you go forward with, even if you've slept with that woman one day.
Just one time.
One time. Yeah. And she comes up to you and tells you, I am pregnant. You have to man up. You are not the father by the name you put on the child.
No.
And the reason some people shy away from child support, because they say, the child is not bearing my name. So why do I have to support the child?
Those are the simplest thing in that.
Excuses.
If the child did not bear your name, that means from the day of the pregnancy you have never been there. Period. If you've been around and you are there when you cut that little thing for the baby to come out, yes, the mother will look at you and be like, okay, you know. That's why some men some men become father to other men's kids because they are there for them. Right.
Okay, once you neglect that woman when she's pregnant, she has to eat. She has pains going through her body.
Right.
She has a whole lot going. There are people that are going to come close to take care of her. Because I'm leaning towards what this lady is saying. She's saying the woman already messed up, if not during and after delivery. During the pregnancy phase, what is happening? She's pregnant. She told you she's pregnant.
Right.
If she did not respect you, she will not come up to you and tell you, I am pregnant. I am bearing your child.
Yeah.
That is the first sign to know that a woman, even if she's lying.
Right.
I believe that before a woman comes up to you and tells you, I am carrying your child, you have to start leaning towards, this is where it leans into a family support.
Yeah.
This is not child support.
Family support is the biggest thing.
Yes. But now, the child support begins before that child is being born.
That's right.
It's from the date of conception. It is that's why when you file for child support in this country, they tell you, was the man available when you were pregnant?
Yeah.
Did the man support you in the phase of the pregnancy? Because you don't wait till the day the child is born, everything is done, the preparations begin. The child has to come, the child has to sleep in a crib, the child has to sleep and has to be wrapped up in towels, has to have a stroller, has to have cart, the woman has to feed, her body has to prepare food for the baby. She's already a patient. So now, that is child and family support. Irrespective of the fact that you're not married to that woman, is she your family at that point?
When you're not married?
When you're not married, is she your family? She's carrying your child. Is she your family?
No, she's not your family. But because she's carrying your child and you know that that's your child that the woman is carrying, you have to be there for that woman.
I think, Kev, I would say that once you have laid in bed with a woman and she conceives for you, I believe that you've gotten yourself, they call her, she's in a family situation. She has become your family. That's why you say you have a triangle family. One, you're married. The other one, it's your third party partner. Even if you go on and get married, that woman is always going to be the mother of your child.
No, there's no two ways about that.
And that's the reason I consider her as, no matter what you do. If you watch Empire, Lucius doesn't mess with Cookie. When they're not together, he considers her, this is family. Because they ought to have been a bond in the beginning.
No, automatically, if somebody have a baby for you.
Because if you walk by and see somebody slapping the mother of your child,
you
gotta fend for her.
When I say it's not family, I'm talking about, I know, you are my family. Okay?
Exactly.
Now, in this world that we are living in right now, they don't born to make family no more. You make your own family. You make your own circle of family. So yeah, of course that woman become your family because that's your kid's mom. That's your child's mother. When you see something, if something happened to that woman right now, do you know how devastated that you can be as a man? You just don't know. So yeah, automatically that woman become your family. But what type of family are we talking about?
Exactly.
So yeah, of course she's and she'll be part of your life forever.
Okay, why do you spend time trying to put each other in trouble when you need support from each other? Like a man will spend time saying that I'm going to make sure I put the mother of my kids in jail. I've heard it. I make sure you're not thinking about the kids. I'm talking about child support. The support you're trying to give to that child, first support is the parent or the father.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure I put the father of my kids in jail. You have to remember that, one, the children always need their father. You're trying to put each other in jail.
And put a record on them.
And put a record. The first support you need is an emotional support. The children need an emotional balance. Why do you spend time focusing on each other? What you do, husband, what you do, wife, or what you do, partner, ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend, what you do is more important than what is happening with the kids. I would say that, okay, my partner, I'm busy fighting with you. The kids suddenly are not important. But I'm thinking that if we all can shift our focus onto our kids need education, our kids need to feed today, we will find common grounds. Our kids need to go to the park. It is shared care. What do you think about our kids going to this school? You don't think about it in your head and keep it there and you say, oh, I thought about this. I did not. You have to communicate. I want our children, may I suggest, it's also matters on the way of communication. May I suggest that our kids go to this particular school, and maybe the mother of the kids is not in position to say, maybe she has other activities that's going to hinder her from picking the kids from the school. Okay, if you can dedicate your time to picking them up and dropping them up from that school, fine, because my job is a little bit far. You come to terms, because it is the children. It's not about how your personal life is as a man. It's not about how the personal life of the woman is. It's about how you get together for the goal of the kids. For me, that is the number one point for child support.
You said it all. Actually, people that go through child support issues and things like that, when they go to there's programs that you have to go, and then the council and things like that. But guess what? I feel like, yeah, men have the emotional, whatever it is, but women have they are the worst, because they think they have the final say. And I like the way I think you summarize the topic, the issue of child support already. This is what the court system actually need. They need both parties to communicate on behalf of the kid. Don't take decision to your own hand as a woman. Try your very best to bring the man into it, because guess what? It gets to a point when you decide to become the final say all the time. There's a problem.
When your word becomes the last word.
And that's what when you hear child support, women think they have to get the last word. No, it doesn't work like that. Like you said, you guys have to sit down and know that this is the man, this is the young baby that we're taking care of.
We're taking care of.
It's not about us. Our issue is not part of this young baby's issue. So we should, we can argue on our issues and things like that. But when it comes to this young baby, we should come together and then build this baby to become the person that we want him to be, or we want her to be. So I personally feel like women have to relax a little bit to put communication there. Don't let your emotional thought kicks in and then acting on your emotional
black.
Issues.
When it comes to this thing about emotions, men also get emotional.
I know.
I try to, because sometimes you say I'm the man, I make decisions, especially when you look at the context especially in Africa. You will find men who for no reason will try by all means to take the kids away from the mother just to make sure that they punish the woman. The moment you're going through a separation, you say, hey, I am the head. I make the before you got married to this woman, you want her to be a housewife. I'm talking about an African context right now.
Right.
You want her not to do anything, so she's not making any income. So by the time you separate, maybe you've even cheated. Maybe she's trying to say, okay, I'm leaving you because of that. You say, okay, if you're leaving, I'm making sure I'm taking my kids from you. They take you to child support because these things happen again in Africa. Child support in Cameroon, it does happen, I believe. They take you to court and they say, I make more money than her. She's not financially viable to take care of this kid. So the court is going to give this kid to the man. And then just because it affects on the woman, what woman doesn't want to live with her kids? Most women do. So you take these kids, you give them to a secondary woman who, you never want to do that in the first place. You take the children from their mother, you give them to another woman whom you believe is going to take care of the kids. But you're just trying to punish the woman, not knowing that you're punishing your kids.
Yeah.
So isn't it better for two people, two adults, to come together in the face of a quarrel, of a disagreement, in the face of a separation, in the face of we are not married, to say, hey, let's put the kids on the table.
The kids first.
The kids first. What do they need? First, you and I, our shared support, our shared understanding when it comes to them. When it comes to our own private lives, it's a different thing.
That's right.
When it comes to this kid, where do they go? Okay, I cannot make the decisions on this kid without asking your opinion.
That's right.
It is called a shared respect.
But does it always happen? No, let's come back to this where we live. We live in the United States.
Yeah.
Does it always happen when a woman or a man will come and say, let's talk about this kid? And the woman will be like, no, if my kid, no. First of all, the system I've already, the system is like, it's for women. Period. We know that. The system goes for women. So they feel like they have to have the last say. Okay, that's fine. You can have a last say, but guess what? 80% of single parent kids doesn't go well. You need the father figure to be there to let your kid become better.
You will notice that most of the violence that's happening in Chicago, we don't know the city of murder city. So most of the violence that's going on with the kids growing up, street gigs, street ghetto kids, not ghetto like in Africa we call our ghetto kids are more innocent. The ghetto kids right here are more prone to getting into a violent situation. They grow up into drug-related activities. That is how I see it. And why? Because they do not have a father figure who is able to lead them. The father figure they have in their life is that street coach, that street dude, that it's around the block, that says, hey kid, come over here, I'll give you $1, you run off and sell something. So, see, Black Jesus, until you carry a baby for 9 months, then you can understand. True.
No, it's not being carried the baby for 9 months. When a man accept a woman as if you carry my baby, automatically me and you carry the baby together. That's that's why women. That's why
that is how it's supposed to be.
And believe me, and I believe in this generation of young men are doing the same thing.
No,
back in the days, we always refer to back in the days that the law, the law that is running right now, I believe that it's 100 years ago law, and they have to even reshuffle that law. It's not making no sense right now. Because this current life that we are living in, the law that the running through the child support law that they running is so wrong. What this young lady is saying that because you are not pregnant, you're not carrying the baby for 9 months, maybe you don't understand. Yes,
the reason. No, let me tell you something. There's a difference in what she's trying to say, Kev. The point of trying to take a kid from a woman.
No, I'm not supporting the movement that a man to take a kid from a woman.
The second one you're saying is that sometimes it hurts so much. Listen, when you've been pregnant for 9 months with a child, you've gone through that struggle yourself alone. What happens after this child is born? The man comes in to place ultimatums on you.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Do you get the point? That's why I believe she is saying that when you carry a child for 9 months, the man comes in. There's a man, they'll send some messages. You're like, can you be at least polite in your demands? Where are the children? Can you, how are you? How are you doing? Can I see my kids?
You have to break the ice.
You have to break the ice.
Yeah.
Where are the children? Nobody is your remote control.
That's right.
How can I go and... You already set off an offensive conversation, and you start by insulting the person. Because an indirect insult. You're saying, I'm rude to you. Who are you? I cannot talk to you politely. No matter the condition, if you, the men, are coming to see the kids, even if the woman is hard on you, I believe that sometimes you break the ice is going to...
Sometimes it's the woman. Seriously, let's be serious here. If the woman, I don't see why a woman should be hard. If a woman started being hard, guess what? You started pushing that man away. And guess what? Who hurt? The man get hurt. You, the woman, get hurt. But who get hurt the most? The little kid.
All of this for child support, right, Kev?
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make is that you're right. The kid gets hurt. Two adults are involved in this. There is a man, there is a woman, there is a past. There is the present. The past is people, one person didn't want to be in the children's life. One person was not there. One person was never there. One person is currently trying to come up with, I want to be there for my children. I want us to try to work this out for my children. Guess what? The resolve begins from, you were not there. Okay, that's past. Why you're here, you have to be able to appreciate first. Humble yourself.
Of course.
What I have done for these kids. Because some people come and they tell you, what have you done? They've already put you onto the, okay. You first of all have to appreciate, I know I was not there. I am sorry. Humble yourself.
That's true. That's true.
Now that I am here, I am willing to make amends.
That's true.
To get to know my children
True
better.
talk. Yep.
I know it's going to be hard for you and I to relate.
That's right.
But can we at least come together for the sake of the kids? That is a better way of communicating.
And even when you do that, a man, that's what I'm saying, a man who jump and act so ignorant or so harsh on a woman that have a baby for you and went through all this hustle and things like that, and you think you are the man, you have the money to, control that woman.
Control the woman?
That man is coward. I keep on saying that. I don't support that act. I support the fact that you don't have anything, or if you let's say you have the whole world,
or you don't have.
Come and then talk to the man. Talk to that woman,
mother, yeah,
and then let the woman know. You should get some type of understanding somewhere.
Yes.
Communication works. Understanding, patience. It's not just right away the woman will jump out of it. The way you act towards the woman will give you. The woman will give you the answer back.
Exactly.
Will act the same way back.
Exactly.
But sometimes the woman doesn't even give you that chance.
I agree with you because that's why I'm saying that even this woman, you're putting so much emotions into your hurts. You're putting so much of your past pain into this thing, and you're preventing the man from taking care of his responsibility. I know a man who is just who even sent this woman money for school fees for the child. She refused to take the money. I don't need it. No, it's not for you. It's for the child.
That is the problem.
You get the point?
I like the fact that you make this point.
She is hurt. She is saying, I am so hurt.
Yeah.
You went ahead and got married to somebody else. You went ahead and dealt with somebody else. You left me. You disgraced me. No, I'm saying.
But that doesn't. The key.
Keep that aside.
The answer. Okay, we become the subject.
Yes.
The answer is the kid. The answer is what we have to work on. It's not our issue no more. Let's say I harm you, I do all that, I did all, just name it. But if a father comes forward and said, I'm here to support my kid, I don't see you as a woman to stop that.
And the truth, like Prudential also is saying, is that it is not how you say it is not what you, it is how you say it.
That's right.
The manner in which, yes, the men coming, some men will come and send that money and they want to insult you.
That's very true.
Then you have every right to say, wait a minute,
I don't need your money.
I don't need this.
I can take care of my kid.
I can take this. I'm
yeah.
sure that if you politely come up and say, hey, first of all, what precedes the money is communication.
That's right.
Money that you don't just get up and I'm mailing money for a child. Okay, maybe there are restrictions with communication. Then the people who have been the men that have placed a restraining order for domestic abuse situations. Right. Then you can go ahead and perform your duty, just mailing your check. Mail whatever you have to do. Don't say because there's a restraining order on me from my woman because there was a domestic abuse.
No, there's always a way
I'm not going to take care of these kids. No, you have to go in and pay this into the account, or give it to a relative, or give it to somebody. You're not asking about the woman.
And that's the problem that for me I have. I feel like not just founding or giving money to the woman to take care of the kid. That is not the issue. That is just a piece of the issue. I feel like having one-on-one, having relationship with your kid is the most important.
Is the most important. Yes.
Just giving the money. There's a lot of men that don't want to see. They don't want to see the kid, but the woman is not even allowing them. So they feel like, okay, let me just give the money and then there'll be a peace. No, it's wrong.
And there are some men who don't want to have anything to do with those kids themselves, and they believe that money is going to replace everything.
I keep on saying that man is pure coward.
Yes, I'll take this money. I thought I sent you money. The kid is saying, Dad, can you be at my graduation day? We are talking about separated family. Let's talk about even in your marital homes. The kid is saying, Dad, can you be at my game today? Father is absent. Child support, to my point, doesn't only have to do with partners. For people who are separated, for people who are not having a relationship, it has to do also with in your own household. That's why I said the first support, it is not your financial support.
That's right.
It is your emotional support, the mental support. You have to be a mental coach. You have to be an emotional coach to your kids. You have to build them up with what? With what you put into them, you invest into them. Time alone, the time you spend with children is the most important. You get to know them, you get to know their weaknesses, get to know their shortcomings, and then they can relate with you and respect you a whole lot more.
That's true.
What did you do at school today? Don't let someone else be the one to tell you. Hear it from your child's mouth. Hear how they talk. Is it not fun how you see when they progress? When they talk to you and they progress from, I'm just doing my baby talk, until I can now call you daddy and I can say dada. And I can even say mama. For the woman that, some women would deliver these children and they can go and put in a dumpster. I know certain situations will happen, but please, I'm talking to all of you out there who are having a hard time. And know whether you're saying that it's a hidden baby is hard. You've come up to the point of delivering this baby. You've dealt with all that hardship. You've come up to this point of delivering this baby. Maybe because of some career you cannot deal with that baby. There are places you can take this baby and go give to, into safe hands, and no one is going to judge you. Just don't throw this baby into a dumpster. I know. Maybe you've been hiding this pregnancy. Whatever the reason, put it in. Let it be Moses. Let it be baby Moses. Put in a manger, in a basket. Just wrap that baby up and drop off somewhere. In a neighbor's door. Somewhere that baby will get a life. That is number one support you give to the child, caring about the child's future.
Let me jump in. If a woman, I don't see why you're gonna be pregnant for 9 months, have a baby, and then you dump your baby. It
People
doesn't
do
make sense.
that's the part
every
of,
woman that does that is sick in the head.
Yes, that's why
Completely
some women go through depression after babies. It is real. Some of these things happen in Africa, not only here.
Yeah.
I've seen a situation where a woman took a baby. She is so tired being alone and put this baby in the oven. And she's crying looking for her baby. Where did I keep my baby? She had forgotten. It's time. It's not as if the oven was hot, but that's where she put the baby. But eventually, it's only when she had checked and looked and they cry out the baby was what got that baby out of the oven.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I said, when...
And it brings us to this point what this lady is saying, women need mental and psychological care after delivery. It is very important.
That's very true. That is why, okay, if you're a single parent or if you had a baby out of wedlock and then you take care of your pregnancy alone and things like that, like you had a baby, that's why you need a family support.
Yes,
to help you.
Family support.
To help you nurture. But as a man, and I'm talking on behalf of every man, if you're a man and a woman come to you and said, hey, I'm pregnant, and you decide to shovel that woman out of your life, first of all, you're doing yourself a very big...
You're doing so much injustice to yourself
first. And then me personally, I believe that you become a coward.
You've sown a seed of...
because you don't... the reason why men sometimes deny, because they're not very sure.
You've sown a seed of decay and filth into your life.
I feel like every man that get into that situation, or you get that that statement from a woman saying that I'm pregnant, immediately wear your caring cap and care for that woman till like the baby is born. Like we said, when the baby born, then we take the next step.
You can take the next step.
Because,
you have the right to say, I demand. Wait,
yeah.
You can also politely say, baby, I'm so glad you're here. Can we also, I would just like for us to go for the voluntary paternity. You can also have to sign for it. You want to swap. There's nothing wrong with requesting a DNA.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I just want this to go in my baby's record. I know that emotionally some women will say that you don't just come up to me telling me, really, you're talking about DNA? No, see, I know how you feel. But it's my right. Maybe I've judged things wrongly in the past. I supported you, right? I was there for you up to this moment. And I'm going to be there for you all the way. But this is for me and my child. I need to...
I have a friend. This true story. I have a friend who actually had a baby with a Black American young lady. And it happened that it wasn't his, right? But I respect this man so much. He's
taking care of the child.
They went into agreement that we should not let nobody know about this issue, and nobody know. I'm just put on air, and nobody. I haven't called no names. We should let nobody know about this issue, but believe me or not, this baby is my baby. I'm not going to put you. I'm not going to put you in shame or anything. I'm going to take care of this baby, make sure this baby grow to become what... And this is what we call a mature man. So there's men out there who are ready. Believe me, I personally believe that 80% of men wanted to take care of their babies. With money or without money. They wanted to be there for their kid. Women have to open up a little bit. Yes, we know that you go through all this pain and hustling to have the baby, but still you should allow the man to have that manly feeling of fatherly love for that kid, and the kid, believe me, the kid will grow up to become somebody.
If you're listening to this sweet conversation, if you want to call in, the number is 773-942-7167. Again, that number is 773-942-7167. Okay, we're talking into this, and we're having a situation to do with we're trying to support these children, right? We're trying to support these children, and there's an issue with family support. Family support. You have your aunties, your younger ones, your siblings. They want you to support you. You're just trying to support your family. You're just trying to support your kids. And then your brother shows up. It is my child versus my brother. My child versus my junior brother. If I do not support my junior brother insults me. I was just trying to give this money to feed my children. But guess what? My junior brother thinks that I owe him the duty as a senior brother to take care of him. I owe him the duty as a senior sister to take care of him, to pay for his education, because apparently maybe mom and dad, our own mom and dad, paid for my own education and took me a step further. Is it the best way? I believe that when you walk into that situation, one, you have to look at yourself as, I don't care if you are a brother or sister, when you're in the immediate family circle, you're an outsider. Priority always goes to the children that are involved in that household. The children that are involved in that household. I think that if you're coming into your brother's household, if you're coming into your sister's household, your elder brother is married, your elder sister is married, you walk into that household, or you just want to respect that family. You do not make demands that is going to bring the lives of the children in that family down. We're going to elaborate more on this family support when we get back. You have aunties calling from Africa. You have uncles calling from Africa. You have them right here. I remember when I gave birth to my child. Thank you. My junior sister sent me some family support, and I really appreciate that. But do you have to mandate it on your family? Do you have to do that? Friends will send you support. Is it mandatory? Or is it just you allowing them to give you? Do people make demands on you and say, you need to send me school fees? I am your junior brother, and they pin it on you and they call you names, you're wicked. Must you do it? Your junior brother looks for trouble in Africa, finds himself in jail. You're trying to take care of your kids and he says, you must take me out of jail. I'm in Africa. I'm your brother. It is my right. We are all going to get in all of that family support when we get back. Contribute with us and make sure that you're calling your thoughts. The number is 773-942-7167.
Thank you.
Live Food Solutions, and here with me is Black Jesus in the studio.
Yes,
and we
yes.
have a caller. I think that's Prudence Achua. Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts?
Hello? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, my thought is that I think that there need to be some classes, first of all, because what goes on in the woman, the guys don't understand. Mm-hmm. That is the pain. when you, the lady needs you the same as the child needs you psychologically. They both need you. And when you're absent, everything goes wrong.
Right.
But my
the woman is there who needs the same way she needed you when she was pregnant or when you guys first started. All that is missing, and then when the baby comes, she need all that. And here in this, like where we are right now, sometimes parents are not here. Family is not. It's just you and her.
Yes.
And when you are not there, nobody is there. What goes on in her mind? The stress, the postpartum depression. That's why you see some girl. They say she's crazy. She's not crazy. It's just all that pain.
I think Prudencia has a point. Let me step in for you a little bit, Kev. You know, in Africa, right? We have a whole lot of family around. By the time before you even give birth, even if the man is not there, you have neighbors, friends, families, a lot of people who stream in and out of your life daily.
Right.
And before you give birth, aunties, uncle, even if the father of that child is not there, the aunties from the father's side, they will run and come and try to claim their child. We want to be there for you, honey. We want to do this. But in America, in the Western world, in this diaspora, you are alone. You find out that it is you and this man who met. It is two of you. It is I and you as a couple. I don't have anyone else but you. I'm leaning onto you. You said all these sweet things that got us in bed together. At the end of the day, I found myself in a family situation.
Alone.
I am pregnant. And guess what happened? You then abandoned me to that responsibility, to my plight. You know what? Have you seen a pregnant woman who does not even have a place to stay? She is being evicted and the man is running away. No rent, nothing. Guess what? It so happens that this man, it's walking off and shows up at some point when this baby is born. And your best bet is to try to say, I am back. I need to take this child. I need to be with this child. You start trying to put some rules. That's number one. You first of all have to make peace with the woman. It is very important. Make peace with that woman. You cannot just go in front of the child and try to be the father without trying to make peace. I know that it may be hard to come completely forgiven from the woman, but you want to make an effort. I'm not saying that you lean on to that. Yes, you both. At the end of the day, Prudential, this is the point. Woman, put your past behind and look at that bundle of joy and step ahead of your past pain, of your past struggles, and look at that child's future and think for a second. I know I carried you alone. I've been there with you alone. I want to sit right here and say I'm thinking about you as an individual. Maybe my mom and dad afforded me the opportunity of a great union, but me, I am hurt right now. Am I trying not to afford my child that opportunity of a great future by knowing the father and the mother? I want to give you, my son or my daughter, that opportunity to make these decisions yourself. Yes, I know I am hurt. Yes, I know it's difficult to accept this man just walking in and walking by and trespassing around me with another woman and going on with his life.
Let me come in. Yeah. First of all, I want to congratulate my sister that was on the log. She has been with us from when we started and keep on commenting and things like that. Finally, she's on the log and then trying to share.
Please, if you're watching, I want you to go on and share. I want more viewers to catch in and support solutions. We are doing this most of the time, so just share. Go on.
So what I want to brush, my sister was saying that men doesn't know what women go through. You as well doesn't know what men go through. like I said, a man who cannot stand out to become a father to a kid or to support the family automatically become, to me, a coward.
Okay, for me, it's self-enslavement.
And so I already cement that place that I don't support that man who doesn't have that emotion to support a family. But what I'm trying to say is that if all said and done, and that this relationship doesn't go nowhere, you know as a woman that this relationship doesn't go nowhere, you have to come back. Let's come back to our senses.
Hi, Prudential, do you want to turn off your volume, your radio or whatever you have?
TV
or TV.
Sure.
I'll do that a little bit, hon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to say is that if we are if you know that relationship is not going nowhere, and actually you guys break up because the relationship doesn't go nowhere, you guys break up.
I just did.
Okay. You just break up, but you still have a baby. You have a baby that we should take care of. The take care of a baby doesn't mean that just you, the woman.
Yeah.
It's both parties. Give that man a chance. I don't care what the man did to you. That emotional stuff you have to put it away.
The man, except that man, it's not good for the child. What I mean is that it is dangerous for the child.
Right.
That people who walk into a child's life not because of that child, but because to frustrate the woman, and they're not interested in taking care of the child. Maybe you left that woman and you see that her life is moved on, and she's in a better position, and she's going through the right direction, and she's probably even heading towards getting married to another person. Maybe she's looking good. Maybe her business, her career is all up, and then you say, oh, look at where she is. It's so rosy for her, despite the fact that she I left her with this kid. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna walk in there. I'm gonna try to come in as if I'm going to take care of my child. I'm going to try to destroy her. I'm going to create drama. No. You're going to know the difference between someone who is really coming in to be there for their child and someone who is coming in to make life difficult for you. The one part is that once that man left you, if he's not coming back for you, do not look his way. If he's not coming back as I really want you, no, he is gone and he is history. Allow him to be. It is him and his child. It is not about you. So when he makes it your duty, it is about you. I'm coming here because I want us to be in a relationship. Now you can create certain barriers and say, hey, I think your radio is still on, honey. I think it's
okay,
your Facebook. You want to turn down the volume.
I understand that, right? But I think that if
can you turn down the volume on your Facebook?
On our side, we don't know both sides. There are different kind of stories. Everybody has a story,
right?
But so some stories are different, and some story could be the man on the fault, it could be the woman on the fault,
right?
But what I'm speaking is on my own experience or from my own experience,
right?
But what I'm saying is that sometimes it's the man's peer pressure when they're telling them what to come and do, and if he's forgetting what he's doing, and most of the time is what the peers say.
You know
because
what?
I'm walking the road right now. That's the reason I'm saying that maybe this child will help some stuff, because I've been going to some African meetings to get these things resolved because of the kids.
Can you call me, honey? Me and you are gonna talk one-on-one after this. Can you call? I'm gonna get your number and I'm gonna call you. Me and you're gonna talk after this. But as an encouragement to you, first I want to say that one, whatever you have been through, I've had several experiences, but whatever you have been through, I know that some men will have some friends. I in one of the situations, I know a man telling, it's even a lady telling the father of my children, why do you have to give money to her? Why do you have to give her money to take care of your children, for her children? Why does she have to demand money from you for her kids? So it is your decision as a parent, as a woman, to start telling yourself, wait a minute, I do not have to lord this on a man. I have given him I've set the bar. I've said this is what you're supposed to do for your kids. And I know certain situations will have to be in a way that you cannot even take this man up for child support based off your status. I'm not saying that's you. Based off your status, you cannot take this man up. But I still want to put it to you. The moment you start looking at your child as an investment from you, you work towards that child.
That's not all the issue. That's not even me. That's the reason I'm saying it's just according to how the stories are.
Okay.
It's that all different story. This is not that kind of a story that has to do with money or material.
Material, exactly.
Yes, we are standing on the child and the health of everybody that is standing there. It's not all about material.
Yeah.
Material has nothing to do with it. The time that you put in is better than all that material.
Yes, and it's true. I said this before, and I'll repeat it again.
It's the time that you put in that the child
whether
will
you're
remember.
together in that relationship or you're not, the time you invest in the life of your child,
yes,
as a mother or as a father, is very important.
And if you're using the child to get on the other person, that's wrong.
Then it's completely wrong. If you're using,
it's completely wrong. Yes, if you're using the child to use on the grudges that you have on the other parent, it's wrong. The child is suffering in the midst of all that. The child didn't ask to be here. I'm asking that let's take care of the child.
That's right. I like that. I think I like the fact that you just said let's take care of the child. You know, if the man is coming in,
do it all by myself. I didn't do it. I didn't have the child by myself. But if you want me to have the child by myself, let me be. Give us peace.
That's
I am ready to go through. I don't go around disturbing me, going indirect thing, breaking my car.
So Miss P,
do you get what she's saying?
I understand
it gets to the point whereby
violence.
Some people really get. Listen, Kev, she's speaking from a real point.
Right.
I've had tire slash stories.
So this is an issue that I like. I really I respect you so much for bringing this on air, but we'll let's talk about general issues, and then we'll talk about this on other sides so that we can find a better way to help you, because this is a solution on WGS 98.3 FM. But I like the fact that you said that let's take care of the child. You know, I believe that no matter what happened, no matter the evil that the man put you through and things like that, be a woman with that loving kind in you to say, okay, I want my son or I want my daughter to have that figure in
their
her
life. But if you're going
life.
to be coming around in the guise of I'm coming for the child and slashing my car and breaking my vehicle, I want you to stay away from me.
If that violence, then that's not the right person
you get
to
the
be
point.
around you.
Yes.
You know, so there's like I said, there's a gray area. There's a different type of situation. But what we're trying to generalize it in a way that
at the end of the day,
the baby who is the answer have to have both parties
involved.
You know, that's what we're trying to do. But yeah, go ahead.
So okay, I want us to touch quickly, Prudencia, if you're still hanging on with us. I want us to touch quickly on the fact of, like you mentioned, people coming into your family. I was talking about brothers, sisters, aunties, all these other people who come in and make demands. Hey, send me money for school fees. They're calling from Africa. They believe that it is so important because, okay, you have your own family. You have to take care of your family. But then you realize that probably you were the head of your family. I'm the first in my family. And then I have my siblings back home. I need to support my junior sister, my baby sister. But there's a point where there is an opportunity cost, and will my sister have to insult me when I'm not opportune to take care of her? Is it her right?
No,
because I see that a lot of people think that it is their right as a brother, as a sister, as a friend to say, oh, do you remember that I used to be there with you. I used to take care for you. I used to help you. I used to be a coach with you. And now you've gone around and you're married into this family and you cannot look back into taking care of me, into helping me into my own situations. I think it all depends. It depends on whether you have that financial capability to help take care of your family or if you don't. Don't you think about that, Kev?
Yeah, I think, and I'll let my sister jump on it as well. I think, though, when you have a family, right? When you have, when you have, when you don't have a family, you have your own family. Like that's your circle of a family. Your father, your sister, those are your immediate family. But when you come out of that family and you create your own, it's a different ball game. You have to let your extended family now. They become extended family. They are not the circle family no more. They become extended family. They're immediate family, but not that close immediate. Right now, your immediate family is you, your husband, and your kid. Those are your immediate family. Okay, this is what you do. You let them know that the ball game have changed. I'm still gonna support you, but I'm gonna support you when I've cemented my own. I cannot support you when my house
I'm still limping.
I cannot do that.
But sometimes when you do that, there's never a moment where you really get settled in life because there's always a demand in life. Sometimes you have to sacrifice and say
that is why most people who support extended family doesn't go nowhere, and then finally when they come to their extended family, they look at you like you're useless.
That's true.
So you have to cement your home, make sure that your home is all set up. Then you can reach out to other people. There's nothing wrong with that. And
but you have to still learn to give out time, listen, try to.
Oh yeah, of course.
At least try to donate when you're opportune to.
Of course.
If you have, even if they say sometimes you don't have, but the little you give.
Now, let's say you're saying a story. Let's say a story. You put a story together like your brother went to jail and things like that. What made you go to jail?
Exactly.
So I'm not going to put my money there when you are selling drugs or
doing all of those stuff,
and then you go to jail. No,
exactly.
But if there's a coincidence, something happened, and then you are, that is what it is. So it
depends on the situation.
I think our sister would love to say something.
Okay.
What's her name again?
Prudencia.
Hey, do you have something to say about this issue, extended family, and then the family support and extended family? Most of the time, the family support you when the money is not there. Now you feel like you have to pay back. Do you think it's necessary when you don't even have it? They think you still have to pay back to the extended family. Hello,
are you there?
Did you hear the question?
No, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, this is pretty much about the support you kind of support. While growing up, you get a support from your parents and every other person in your family. But at some point now, you're focused into your own relationship. You're trying to build your family. You have kids, and you're just trying to work things up. And then your family, your brothers and sisters, your siblings feel like you owe them support.
Oh.
Yes, you owe them support. This is your family support. You owe them. If your brother gets in trouble, he feels that, I'm going to the university, I need school fees, you must help me pay. Sometimes you realize that maybe you both lost your parents and you were the head, and of course you were fortunate to have had a great education, but your siblings did not. Now you're in another position. You're in the Western world. Don't you think that it is good for you to lean on to support your family? To make some sacrifices to support them? What if it coincides with the support you're trying to get for there's some men that want to marry you and they'll tell you, hey, I want to marry and keep you for a housewife. And when you look at the kind of family that you have, you tell yourself, am I ready to get married right now into that house because I have my orphan sisters and brothers and siblings that are relying on me? Is it something that you should consider? Is it okay for you to say, I'm just going to get married and forget my family? Or I'm going to try to see if I can get married and make sure that I take care of them, irrespective of the fact that my husband has told me I'm going to be a housewife?
No. When you're married, your support, the way you were supporting your extended family before, it has to change.
That's right.
Decline. Reduce a little bit.
That's right.
you have to support you first, because that's one of the problems where mine is also coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have an uncle who helped me to come here, and that's one of the reasons why he is so mad at me. Instead of dealing with that situation, he decided to punish me, like to show me.
Yeah, I remember. I remember when I first got to the U.S. being pregnant, and one of my cousins told me, "I am so mad at you. I am disappointed in you. I mean, I'm just coming. You don't know my situation. Just the fact that I'm coming pregnant. You're supposed to come here not pregnant. You're coming here pregnant. I thought we were still going to roll out." The point I'm trying to make is that. Family does not have I think children are a gift, right? You make decisions. I made decisions for myself. The point I was trying to make, I had a situation where I was going to get married. And I knew where I was coming from. I knew my family, my roots. And I said, wait, I'm in Germany. If I get married, I'm going to be a housewife. The father of my kids is a chemical engineer. He can take care of my kids. He can take care of me. He can do all of that. But I know my family background. I have been so hardworking. Am I ready to become a housewife? And I was torn with the decision of, am I going to commit an abortion, or am I going to leave this guy and walk away? And I left him without even telling him I'm leaving. I just packed my things and I left with the pregnancy. You know what? I was ready to take on my responsibility, the promise I had to take care of my family. When I gave birth to that child, I called, "Hey, Daddy, I gave birth to your kid. Your child is here." And he was like, "Why you left? You are heartless." And I said, well, at the end of the day, I made some decisions that I was never going to be happy sitting there knowing I'm a housewife, being there with you, knowing that maybe my siblings do not have. Maybe they lack. Maybe they're not going to school. And I'm just sitting here with you and being a housewife.
Let me come in a minute. Let me give a shout out to Blessing Mandy, one of my favorite.
Shout out Blessing.
Yes, she's one of my favorite sisters and blogger and mentor. I call her Mrs. Mindset.
Yeah.
Actually, this is the way Africans we act. You know, we always push one person out there to make sure that we'll take care of the rest. No, it doesn't work like that. Pushing that person out is a trial log. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it happens and then there's another situation whereby marriage kicks in, you put your
marriage first.
And marriage first. You know, I believe that.
But it's not every type of marriage you put first, KF.
It depends. Let's say we're talking about a good one. So a good marriage means that you have your husband and your two kids. Things are going all right.
Right.
But then again, you have to take care of this case. But then your brother, your uncle, or whoever calling you for money, you have to know where that money is going.
Yes.
If my uncle go get somebody pregnant in Africa and then call me and tell me I want to go abort that, why would I give you money? You know, it's not making no sense. So, and that's what family get, you know,
but sometimes it's all caught up in lies. Let me let you know that you work hard. You will work hard here and save money, and then try to take care of your kids. And someone is going to call and say, "Hey, my exams are coming up next week. I need to pay for it. Otherwise, I'm not going to sit in for this exam." Guess what? That night that you send that money, if you're not careful, you're going to find, you look on Facebook, you find out that they were out partying.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That money has gone into party. Ask again after for about, you will find out that maybe a year after they're sitting in for the same exam. They did not use that money for the purpose for which they called in for. And sometimes you ask yourself, what was the heck? And if you realize the opportunity cost that you had back then, just to sacrifice and give them the money, you tell yourself, was it necessary? You understand? So, all I'm trying to say is I'm talking to relatives. I'm talking to every other person who come around you to try to lead. Sometimes it is not your right to demand from your brother or from your sister. I wanted to ask this question. For mothers who we bring here to take care of our kids, are we supposed to give them a pay? Is it for free? We often look at it like, oh, my mom is here. Let me tell my mother is here. She's here. She's taking care of my kids. Am I supposed to just say, okay, she's taking... Here, you will employ people to take care of kids. Am I supposed to come back every day and motivate my mom for taking care of me, or every month, and say, thank you, this is for you, but I know you're here to support me? That is an important...
Yeah, I don't think it's a pay, but you have to show some appreciation to your mom for being there, because when childcare is very expensive.
Right.
So if your mom you've worked for your mom to come here, that's another plus for her to take up. There's the reason why you brought her.
But she may
here.
have also made a high level of opportunities. There's some women that, like my mom, she's having her restaurant in Cameroon. Before she left, she had to leave.
We have a call on the line.
Yes. Hold on.
Yeah, your name and where you calling from? This is Solution. The
Black Jesus and Julia.
What's your name?
Hello.
Hey.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
we can.
Yeah. Good morning. It's good afternoon here. I'm Blessing Monday.
Hey, Miss Blessing.
How are you? Good to hear from you.
So, Miss Bless, we have just 4 minutes to go, but I'll let yes.
Yeah, speak up, buddy, speak up.
Go ahead.
Okay, how are you guys? How is everybody doing?
You're fine.
Right.
Thank you for calling
you
in.
guys and your listeners on Facebook and all over the place. Thank you. Let me start from where you were saying that you were pregnant and you left your husband to be, and then you didn't want to be a housewife. Let me start from there. One thing I always say: who is a wife? What is a housewife? I see. This is me and my beliefs. I see housewife is a big job, but being a housewife doesn't mean you shouldn't work anyway.
Yes.
It all falls in the typical African mentality and our mindset. That's
Exactly.
the problem. Yeah, that is something that I will fight against, and I'll keep fighting against so-called culture. Some of our cultures, we need to dig the ground and just bury them. Period. That's fair. Because look at you, a young woman. You're about to get married. You're pregnant, and you are there. You're not even thinking about yourself. You're thinking about how to take care of your family. Really, seriously? And up to this date, we're still holding on that cultural thing that a young woman at the age of 17, 16, 19, 20, 30 still thinking of, oh, I have family that they don't go to school. I know where I'm coming from. You know where you're coming from? A dad and mom, some two adults made a decision to give birth to you.
Yeah.
So why is it that when they gave birth to you, they didn't take care of you? Now you are growing, so somebody is looking up to you to come and take.
Let me step in for you real quick, Blessing. Depending on the situation, saying you're coming from an orphaned home, are you getting what I'm saying? You're coming from an orphaned home. I'm not saying my mom is diseased. You're coming from an orphaned home. Of course, I lost my dad, and based on certain conditions, yes. And then you get to a point whereby someone is saying that they did everything. I remember leaving in Africa, and mom is saying, hey, this is all I have, sacrificing, running into debts for you. And then you get out there and, hey, you're hardworking. You know, like you're saying, African culture, you meet this guy, he's a user. He says you're a housewife. Housewife meaning that you are not going to work. You know our culture. You know who we are. Yes, you have to. I respected myself. I didn't have to argue about that. Then I'm saying, hey, I know I'm engaged with you. I'm not going to get married. I don't even want to bring that into an argument. I just walk out with my kid and I decide to look into another future. Yes, in young, 24 at the point, I said I have the opportunity to get married again. But can I solve this in another way? Yes, I believed I could. And I did eventually. But you're right about the cultural setbacks.
How does that culture help us, my dear?
It doesn't
No, it
help.
doesn't.
We keep going in cycles.
Yes.
We're scared. That is fear.
I want to look at the fact that I spent so much time worrying about this family, my dear, my biggest downfall today.
That's right.
That is my point. This is the point. This is the breakthrough. This is where we need to see. It costs you so much. You would have been somewhere else if it wasn't for that thing.
You are so right, honey. You know what? We are out of time. We are right on
Yes,
clock.
my dear.
The
Next
next
week
people
I'll
have
come
coming.
in time.
Blessing.
No
I can't
problem.
wait to have you in the studio with
Yes,
me
next week. I'll be in
week.
time. Thank you.
You
Thank
better
you,
show
thank
up,
you, thank you.
okay, honey?
Thank you.
I'm bringing the book.
That's Blessing Mandy, man. Our followers, you go on Facebook and then check on this young lady. Is the bridge between.
I'm sorry. All I just have to say is nobody is there. There was no third party when the stories all started from the genesis of the story.
You're right.
So what we're just saying, we're presuming like what this is like should have been like. You should have been a good woman. You should have been a good man. But we were not there. Who did what and who did that?
You are so right, honey. Do not prejudge anybody until you have listened to their story. So
exactly.
I cannot wait to relate with you. I'm going to call you after this Prudencia, so we need to talk, okay, hon? So we have time.
I really like this program. I was wondering who was going to open up something like this, even in the neighborhood. I've been going around.
Prudential, I will urge you to follow this young lady that's just called Blessing Mandy. Search, look. You can search for her on Facebook, and then you
we will team up and we'll make things happen. Okay. Right. Now, ciao to all fans. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure you share. We are going to the beach today, and see you there. I can't wait. We're doing a Kelly as we bow out. So thank you for calling Blessing, and thank you for tuning in.
Oh, mule mama,